The Puffy Chair, 2005. First time I've ever seen this movie. Mark and Jay Duplass. Makes me think of Mark and Jay Briscoe for the wrestling fans out there. But for us film fans here on One Mike Messier, Mike's Instant Movie Review, just saw this movie, although I guess it's 19 years old. And it was actually a Netflix film, I guess before they were streaming, back when they were sending you discs in the mail. Interesting to see something from 2005. Mark Duplass, I'm familiar with from the series The Morning Show. Loaded fucking cast on that one. Great series. I should do a fucking review of that at some point. Reese Witherspoon, Jennifer Anderson. Interesting how I said her last name, but great cast on that. But this one, this is mumblecore. This film event that I go to every Thursday pretty much has mumblecore May, and this was determined to be an early mumblecore or a very big successful mumblecore movie. This Jay and Mark Duplass made this thing. I guess that Jay Duplass is not in it, but Mark is. He's the lead guy. And as I said with the people I watched this film with, it's a guy with a problem movie. And what is his problem? Well, he's got a couple of problems. He can't commit to his beautiful girlfriend, and he also has a troublesome brother who's troublesome. And he's also looking to fucking revisit his childhood. Apparently in his childhood there was a puffy chair in the family den, or the whatever that good old dad used to sit in, this purple puffy chair, and the chair's been long since gone, but he has found on eBay a fucking chair that's similar to the old purple puffy chair from his childhood. So he wants to buy his father a birthday present, which would be the puffy chair. Now the only problem, another guy with a problem thing, is that we're up in New York. Him and his gal are in New York, and the chair is down in North Carolina. So he's got to go on a road trip, and before he can do that, he has a spat, a little lover's quarrel with his girlfriend. They're trying to have a nice romantic dinner, and he gets a business phone call, and he's apparently the booker of rock bands, and he basically ignores his beautiful girlfriend and their fine dinner that she made or he made or somebody made it, so that he can take this phone call. And she gets upset, she leaves, and then he does the old not John Cryer, the fucking John Cusack, with the fucking speaker over the head, the boombox over the head, the fucking say anything routine, and he's trying to get his fucking girl back. And this was an actual movie when the girl says, he's like, I want to take you on a road trip. And she said, oh my goodness, I'll be out in 5 minutes. Well, it's fiction, because no woman can be ready in 5 minutes. Not even a person can be. But to wake somebody up from their slumber, and that person's like, oh yeah, I'll be ready in 5. Okay, sure. So anyway, we get into this fucking movie. We go on this road trip, and one of their first destinations. And it's interesting because it's 2005. They're not using GPS. They're using Rand McNally notes. They're not even using Yahoo printed maps. But they find the brother, and he's kind of a little bit of a weirdo. And early in the film, I had a feeling that, oh man, I think the brother's going to try and score on this guy's chick. The brother trying to hook up with his own brother's girl. But spoiler, that doesn't happen. But then they all get in the fucking van together, and one of the first kind of conflicts we have is that the main character guy, the guy with a problem, he doesn't want to pay full price for the motel for the night, so he makes his girlfriend lower her head and hide so that he can pretend that he's getting a single residency for the motel for the night just to save $10. And of course that goes to shit. One thing I liked about this movie, although it was advertised as mumblecore, there was really no mumbling. The dialogue was very clear. I could hear it very well. Look at my forearm. Look at that line in my forearm. Christ, can you see that? Yeah, Jesus. Crush a grape in that thing. Or a can of soda or tomatoes, okay? So, I thought it was good. I mean, I liked the movie. We go through this whole it's a road trip. It's, you know, if you like things like, not the tone or the tonality, but if you like the original Vacation, you know, whatever the fuck, Vacation, National Lampoon, Chevy Chase, so they go to Wally World, John Candy, you might like something like this, because like you go on a little tour. Now they did get to North Carolina quite quickly, I thought. Like they did kind of, there's so many things that they could have stopped at. You know, they could have pulled over here and gone to this or pulled over there. And I know this because I make the trip from beyond New York. I go from Rhode Island to Florida, okay? So I know this 95, 85. I know this trip. There's a lot of cool stuff they could have pulled over and seen, but really the gist of the story is the dynamic. The guy, his gal, and the brother. And then, interestingly enough, the brother meets a girl in a movie theater somewhere in North Carolina, and he wants to marry her right away. So, just an interesting film. I liked it. If you've seen this movie, tell me what you fucking think. Comment or whatever the cunt. And if you didn't like it or you didn't see it, I mean, I guess you could go see it, or you could rent it, or you could stream it, or you could, you know, suck a thumb and pretend that you saw it in your dreams, okay? But the movie is called The Puffy Chair. I didn't realize, you know, the prominence of these Duplass guys. I didn't realize that these guys have these marvelous careers. I mean, I did see the guy in the morning show, but I can't say that I've seen him in a bunch of other stuff. He kind of has the vibe, like, if it wasn't, what's the other guy? John Krasinski wasn't the guy in The Office. You kind of feel like this guy could have been, you know, the fucking guy. He could have been Jim in The Office, this guy. You know what I mean? This Mark Duplass. And now the Jay, see, interestingly, I'm watching the whole movie thinking that the other brother in the movie is Jay Duplass, but it's not. It's just some random asshole. So, but I think I've seen that guy in other stuff. And the woman that played the girlfriend, apparently, according to the film host tonight, she was in an episode of The Office where Michael Scott is giving blood, and there's this beautiful woman giving blood, like in the stall next to him, and they have this little moment, but then the moment is gone. So, I mean, I guess she hasn't done too much acting, but in a happy note, she has married Mark Duplass in real life. So this couple that you're watching for this whole movie, I don't know if this movie spurred their romance or this romance spurred the movie. But in any event, it's very exciting, enjoyable, bittersweet. You know, I mean, basically what I get out of it is, and I think men can relate to this and so can women, you know, sometimes you don't appreciate someone until they're gone. You understand? So, I mean, I think that's the typical thing. The guy has this beautiful woman, he doesn't appreciate her, and then it slips through his fingers. So that's it, folks. Yes, I think it's a good watch. I think anybody could watch this movie and enjoy it. You don't need to be a rocket surgeon or an independent filmmaker to appreciate this film. I give it a thumb in the ass up. I give it a nice thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy this review. If you happen to be a Duplass, you want to put your buddy Mike Messier in your next movie, I'm a competent actor, okay? Blah, blah, blah. Also write scripts. I also do all types of wonderful art. And you can just buy my stuff or not, okay? So that's it. Mike Messier, me.